Such an incredible moment on a global scale for our game, for our players.
Like, the fans are absolutely incredible. It's the same when we go on the road. Like, there's so many people that are showing up in Fever gear. It's really affecting, teams all across our league, which is a really great thing. And, really, I think we're just scratching the surface.
Following their triumphant comeback to the playoffs in 2024, the Indiana Fever's 2025 schedule has just been released and is already generating discussion throughout the WNBA. From a historic 5-game series between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reed to Indianapolis hosting the WNBA All-Star Game for the first time this season, this new schedule gives an idea of what could be the franchise's most exciting year to date. There are plenty of opportunities, rivalries, and milestones, but that's only the beginning.
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
The young, dynamic roster of the Fever, which includes defensive dynamo, all-stars Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, and superstar Caitlin Clark with the WNBA growing to 44 games and welcoming the Golden State Valkyries, this season is as high stakes as it gets. What are the main plot lines to follow? Which games will define the Fever's journey? And how does this schedule position them for their championship run? Lexi Hull has fans dreaming of banners at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Glory, let's explore the 7 highlights of Indiana's 2025 campaign that you really must see.
What if I was to tell you, out the gate, the game that is set to be first on the schedule is Box Office? Yes. Y'all want to know who that is? That is Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky.
For the first time in WNBA history, the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever will play each other in a 5-game regular season series in 2025, bringing their rivalry to all-time highs. This isn't merely a scheduling anomaly. The league has announced that one of the sports...
Now tell me if the W ain't doing this for ratings, because it's all about the damn ratings at this point. Caitlin Clark at the Indiana Fever is the hottest thing smoking in all of sports. And I can tell you this right here, CC is going to come out looking better than she ever looked at.
Both rookies dominated the league the previous season, but their head-to-head matches were particularly intense. In the meantime, Clark, who won Rookie of the Year, led the league in three-pointers made and shattered the WNBA single-season assist record. These two players dominated talks and highlight reels, and their rivalry swiftly became a must-see event for spectators. Reese set the league's rebounding record and the mark for the most double-doubles in a season. In 2024, the Fever won 3 of 4 games against the Sky, solidifying their supremacy. Every encounter between the teams felt like a playoff game because of the back-and-forth confrontations and the 2 games that were decided by a single point.
The 17th of May till September the 9th, we are going to be seeing, over those 4 months, we're going to be seeing these teams play 5 times. We will not see an entire month without these 2 teams playing against each other.
The stakes are much higher for 2025, when Fever and Sky will only clash on weekends to guarantee the highest possible fan attendance and viewership. On May 17th, Indianapolis will play host to Gainbridge in the season opener. Fans are anticipated to fill Fieldhouse as they await the next round of this rivalry, but it's more than just 2 players. It's about what they stand for. With a combination of talent, enthusiasm, star power, and some controversy, Clark and Reese represent the league's future. Both players have accepted their positions in unique ways, motivating young athletes and winning over new fans around the globe. The answers start to come in May. How will this rivalry affect the Fever season, and can they continue to rule the Sky? Will Reese and the Sky find redemption following previous year's narrow losses?
And though it'll be a while before we actually get to see that Fever and Sky showdown, just seeing that it's coming will probably give some WNBA fans the same bounce Caitlin Clark had on Barbie.
In contrast to last year's wild opening stretch in 2024, when Indiana faced league heavyweights like the Liberty Sun and Aces in 11 back-to-back games and a taxing West Coast road trip, the Fever's 2025 schedule offers a welcome reprieve. Several times, the Fever faltered to a 2-win no-loss start before bouncing back to guarantee a postseason berth, but this year the schedule planners have given them a more even draw.
Or one of the marketing offices, they essentially admitted, I'm not going to quote, but they, a roundabout way admitted, They gave Caitlin Clark the gauntlet schedule because they didn't think she was going to be good, and they wanted her to get destroyed through 10 games so that people started watching the other players. Like, if anyone, she screwed over Caitlin more than anyone else.
Indiana has a much better schedule to start the season because their first 11 games are spread out over a whole month, giving the team more time to rest, recover, and prepare. Additionally, they won't play any Western Conference teams during this stretch, which means less travel and less wear and tear. The Fever's first month still includes tough opponents, including 2 games each against the Liberty and the Sun, but these games will all be played at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, where Indiana has proven they can compete against the Liberty in 2024. Aaliyah Boston's dominance in the post and Caitlin Clark's clutch three-point shooting helped Indiana play them close in 2 games. Meanwhile, the Sun head coach Stephanie White's familiarity with her old team may give the Fever a tactical advantage in these crucial games.
I will always embrace it. I don't think any of us will ever take it for granted.
A Caitlin Fleury. There could be some more coming.
The atmosphere is electric here.
Some fans traveling almost 9,000 miles to get.
If you've watched this far and are enjoying the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We understand that watching this video takes up some of your time, and we appreciate it. However, a strong opening record could make Indiana a serious contender and give them a buffer going into the more demanding parts of their season. How well Indiana is able to capitalize on this advantage could determine how well they weather the tougher parts of the season. Can Clark, Boston, and Mitchell lead the way to a dominant start, or will early season inconsistency derail their momentum?
We have a new team, the Golden State Valkyries, that's going to begin and play in 2025. But before that happens, we need to have an expansion draft because they need some players on their roster.
The Golden State Valkyries, the WNBA's first expansion since 2008, will join the league in 2025, ushering in a new era. The Valkyries will start building their first squad through the expansion draft, choosing players not covered by the other 12 clubs. There must be a careful balancing act because each team can shield up to 6 players, leaving the rest of their lineup open to Indiana poaching. Stars Aaliyah Caitlin Clark. Boston, although Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull are the clear picks for protection, fans and analysts are fiercely divided about the final 2 spots. Nalissa Smith and Tammy Fagley are 2 players whose position on Indiana's purported protected list has drawn criticism. Smith is a prized asset due to her agility and talent, but controversy has been stoked by concerns about her consistency on the court and off-court distractions. However, Fagley lacks the long-term potential of younger players like Grace Bear, whose possible exclusion has disappointed many supporters, while providing senior stability. If true, the Fever's rumored list would indicate a daring dedication to their present core while using vulnerable players as trade assets.
The fact that it was deleted makes me believe they weren't ready for the backlash that transpired from said post. But of course, there are screenshots.
With new teams planned for Toronto and Portland by 2026, the WNBA is expanding into uncharted territory, boosting competition and fan interaction. The Valkyries are anticipated to bring a sizable market to the league, raising the stakes for teams like Indiana to maintain their competitive edge. But the draft is only the beginning of a season full of opportunities and challenges. We'll then explore one of the WNBA's most intriguing innovations, the Commissioner's Cup.
Now that the bag is secured, it's going straight into my savings account.
Yeah, investing that.
Nothing exciting.
Yeah, same. She has a whole baby.
We got bills to pay. We got daycare to pay for.
30 bands.
30 bands.
30 bands.
Daycare.
Got some players that said they never had 30 bands all at once. Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Rookies, man. Yeah, great for the rookies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Commissioner's Cup, the 2025 NBA midseason tournament, might be a sea change for the Indiana Fever. Since its inception in 2021, the Cup has developed into a high-stakes testing ground for teams hoping to demonstrate their postseason prowess. The format stays simple. Every game played in the early June 2E timeframe counts towards the Commissioner's Cup rankings. During this stretch, each club plays each conference rival once, and the winner of each conference will go to this year's championship game. 5 crucial games, 3 of which will be played at home, are on the Fever's Cup schedule. Historically, Indiana hasn't played a big role in the Commissioner's Cup, but that may change in 2025. The youthful roster of the Fever, Led by Aaliyah and Caitlin Clark, Boston has developed into a strong club that can contend with the league's best. The Cup gives them an opportunity to show that they belong in the championship conversation by making an impression against elite teams like the Liberty and Sunday.
Clark, another rebound, tosses ahead, Wheeler extra feed. Oh, that was pretty. What's the foul?
Will Indiana step up and become a contender for the Commissioner's Cup? The answer is in their capacity to translate potential into performance, which will set the tone for the remainder of the season. Additionally, the momentum from the WNBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis could propel them to even greater heights.
We're going to bring all of the great WNBA players right here next year for the WNBA All-Star Game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse!
In July 2025, the WNBA All-Star Game will make its debut at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, making Indianapolis the center of women's basketball. This eagerly awaited occasion represents a major turning point for the league and the Fever, enhancing the city's standing as a basketball powerhouse. Supporters will travel from all around the nation to Circle City to witness the league's top players perform.
And now, let's meet the starters for the WNBA All-Stars. This first-year guard can shoot it from anywhere, leading all rookies in points and assists, and the leader in fan voting for All-Star. From the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark. Making her fourth All-Star.
The three-point contest and skills competition kick off the All-Star festivities on July 18th, with the main event taking place on July 19th. This event isn't simply a showcase for talent. It also highlights the Fever's development as one of the league's most exciting teams. Aaliyah, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Boston are anticipated to represent Indiana. Indianapolis has experience hosting marquee basketball events. Earlier in 2024, the city hosted the NBA All-Star Weekend with great success, receiving recognition for its planning and fan interaction. The WNBA event is expected to build on that momentum by giving fans an opportunity to interact with the league stars and highlighting Indiana's rich basketball culture outside of on-court action. The event will feature youth basketball clinics, community engagement initiatives, and chances to develop the sport at the grassroots level in Indiana. With the All-Star Weekend set to be a national showcase, this weekend is more than simply a game. It's an opportunity to solidify their position as ambassadors for the WNBA's next chapter. Highlights of their city and the Fever. Can Indiana maintain this momentum into the postseason push? Let's examine the road ahead as the Fever attempts to overcome a difficult backloaded schedule.
The incoming fans, I value who they were and what they try to bring to our group and bring to the city of Indianapolis.
They have sold out every game they've played in this year except 3.
Bracing opportunities to play in front of a lot of fans.
Behind the back again for Clark, give her another assist and a chance for...
hearing them cheer every possession is exactly what we need every single...
This uneven distribution presents both opportunities and challenges for Indiana as they look to build on their playoff success from the previous season. The first half of the schedule favors the Fever significantly, with 13 of their first 21 games at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. A strong showing here would give them a crucial buffer heading into the tougher second half of the season. However, the back half of the schedule is less forgiving, with 14 of their final 23 games being on the road, including multiple trips out west. Even the best-laid intentions can frequently be derailed by road tiredness. Fan Appreciation Night on September 9th, when the Fever face the Minnesota Lynx in their final regular season game, is one bright spot in this difficult second half. If everything goes as planned, this game may be a joyous farewell before a long playoff run. It is anticipated that Gainbridge Fieldhouse will be crowded with supporters supporting their team. An appropriate conclusion to a season full of significant events.
This place is electric.
Draws 2 in the corner. Oh, you bet.
We're seeing here, and that's why it's been so fun to cover the Fever and the Fever fans across the country and other WNBA.
It will take strategic roster management and an unwavering focus on keeping up momentum for Indiana to navigate this unbalanced schedule. Can the Fever take advantage of their home CT advantage early and survive the difficult journey ahead? The answer lies in their resilience and adaptability, which will determine whether or not this team is prepared to move forward. Competition for a championship. The Fevers in Indiana, from the historic 5-game series against the Chicago Sky to the mid-season thrill of the Commissioner's Cup and the attention of hosting the WNBA, the 2025 season is looking to be one of the most significant campaigns in the franchise's history. We're attracting more and more fans to this league, including some who may have never watched the WNBA before, and this year's All-Star Weekend presents both obstacles and chances for Indiana to demonstrate that they're prepared to compete. 168 in the building. Aaliyah Caitlin Clark. Boston. The Fever will continue to be led by Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull as they manage a calendar full of marquee matchups and exhausting road trips. The secret to continuing the team's improved trajectory outside of games will be their capacity to build on their strong start at home and endure the difficulties of a hard second half. The WNBA will undergo a transformation in 2025. What's next for the Fever? Can they turn promise into performance and establish themselves as legitimate title contenders? The answers will be revealed on the court, in the stands, and throughout a season full of unforgettable moments. The Golden State Valkyries and the expansion of the Commissioner's Cup indicate a league on the rise, with the Fever positioned as one of its most exciting young teams with a roster brimming with potential and a fan base hungry for success. To ensure you don't miss anything, click the video on the screen, leave a comment, subscribe, and enable all notifications. We'll see you in the next one.
17,608 fans in the building.
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before.